Hi, everyone. Come on in. Who has nothing better to do on a Friday? It's not even Friday. Why did I say that? On the midday, I meant to say. All right. Midweek, midday. I want to finish up something and then I want to do a book cover today. So we'll see who pops on with us. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, we're gonna finish the last page of our journal and then we're gonna make a cover. Um So everyone knows how to do that, and I'm gonna wrap it in fabric and the whole 9 yards. Well, I don't know. We'll see where we're at. I just I've been running and running and running today, so it was like scooting down here. When John gets home, if anybody hears him yelling, "What the hell?" or something like that, I can tell you right now the dogs tore up a whole box of Kleenex that I did not have time to clean up before I came down here. So he's aware. I texted him that they left a mess for me again because God forbid I leave the house. But anyway, you guys don't care. I'm just letting you know. It's this nonsense all the time. Nonsense, nonsense. Okay. So I'm just gonna give it one more minute here and then we're gonna dive down. Because there's a lot I want to cover today, actually. Um, and I am gonna continue on the junk journal thing for a little bit here. Oh, it's always life, Kathy. It's nonstop. The kids, the dogs, everything. Um, Speaking of kids, I'm hoping to hear from my son soon about something. Um, so I may have to jump onto that actually. Um, my son was at court today at 2:30. I'm not gonna say why. There's just something going on with my grandson, and it's not him. It's not him. So I'm just waiting to see what happened. Anyway, let's get down to business why we're really here. So, um, hey Nikki, I'm so glad you're here. All right, let me change this up a little bit here. So we left off, we did this pocket on our junk journal. We did the slide in and it's two-sided. Um, and then we did the back, which is just a simple belly band. But what I want to do today is get down some pockets on the back side so we can finish this. And then I want to show you guys how to do a cover. So I'm actually wanting to go in here. You guys know I like to use my fingers. I think they're the best tools that we have. I really do. I really do. But you can use a brush, you can use whatever. So this is a piece of my jelly print paper that I made. We might have done it together. I think we might have. Hold on. I gotta get a baby wipe here, guys, because my fingers. Do you guys know I went to go use my computer today and I wouldn't recognize my fingerprint for my bank? And I'm like, what the heck? I had Fabri-Tac on it. Like, It's like rubber cement when you go to peel it off. Anyway, that was kind of funny. So I have this down here, and then I want to do a couple pockets on this one. So I'm thinking this one would go up here and this one would go down here. These are just paper. These are not cardstock, and they don't need to be. Okay. So I'm doing the outside edges. We've done this before. But I want to put 2 pockets in here, and then I have the most darling idea for this. So while this dries, and again, this is, hold on, I got someone misbehaving over here. Everybody else is good. Okay, so while this dries, I want to show you guys. So I took a piece of my, I think I used it all, but let's just use this one for an example. The wet safe tissue that I do my prints on, and it comes out like, hold on, I don't want something to get wrinkled. It comes out just like decoupage paper. So when we do our backing for our book, these are the leftover things that you have. They're really, really thick board. And what I love about it is that with these prints, you can just take sandpaper and they come right off. So I want to make this one into a tag. I'm going to let this dry. And then remember the other day I told you I did some molds. So I was thinking to put a mold on here, and then because this is steampunk, I want to tie the steampunk into the flowers. So I'm gonna glue this down with the fabric tack. How do I want this to go? Maybe this way. But I learned, I forgot that this stuff gets really glossy wherever you put it down. So I want to clean up the edges a little bit. Hold on, let me get that guy away. And then I was like, well, I still want this guy to be on here. I'm going to put that down. And then when we get to doing hi Arlie. When we get to doing our um book that binding that we're going to make, you're going to see more of this. But I have a crocodile. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. I bought this thing years ago. It's a crocodile 2. This is the title of it, okay? And I want to, maybe I need to move these down a little bit more. I want to put a little hole. I have to probably be out of the camera a second, you all. Hold on. I'm not trying to be, I'm just thinking I need some more space than I allowed myself. Yeah, brother and a half. Okay, here we go. I think we're good now. Except for the fact, oh, I didn't have it down all the way. Now there's two, you can do a big one or a little one. I'm gonna do two little ones. Kind of really screwed that up. But let's just look at it for a second. So I poked these holes in here, and then you can never screw anything up, right? Never, ever, ever. So we're going to take some rickrack. Let me cut this off. Okay. So we're probably going to need a needle tool. I'm just going to use, if I can, I might not be able to. You might need a needle. I'm going to put this little corsage pin, if I can, through the center of this. Okay. This is probably not going to work for me. Let me try something else. You guys, you know I work on the fly. Totally on the fly. I just want to get a little side of this out. Here we go. Yeah, totally busted on me. Let's try this again. Let's just see. Well, I need to go this way actually. Oh, my husband's going to have a fit when he gets home. I'm sorry I'm so out there. I'm just have not been home. Stop by to see my son. I don't ever go to the cemetery. I don't believe he's there. So I never go. But I was driving right past it today and I'm like, well, Molly, you really should stop in and at least make some effort. So I did. I did, and then I left. We're gonna have to get some flowers and stuff out there. I don't want to get all deep and everything, but I don't understand why people do. Okay, we're gonna probably try something else here. Hold on. I love that this is curved, but dang, if I don't know what to do, what to put in here. Because that stuff is not gonna work at all for us. Lord Lee's in the house, watching me not know what I'm doing. Oh gosh. At this point, I'm not gonna keep everybody waiting. What I wanted to do is wind something through here. Okay, this is gonna be a long shot. A very, very, very long shot, but I'm gonna try it. Okay? We're just gonna try it. This is ball chain. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to think on my toes here. And then I'm going to need, and I think I can just do it with this little one. Need another one right here. So I'm getting it's exactly what I wanted. And I was trying so hard with the other stuff. I should have given up. Or I should have tried it before I came on a live, actually, is what I should have probably done. I didn't say it was going to be easy. So I'm going to try and like put these back and forth. And then I just have one more here. I actually love how it's hanging down. Hi, Robin. You're not late. You're fine. You haven't missed much. All right, so I'm going to glue these down. Oh, I was going to say before I lose them. This is the back side, right? Okay, here we go. We might need to cover this side up. I don't know. So we have those, and then I wanted a chain to hang down. Sorry, I just want to make sure. This stuff is like rubber cement. Look. That's what this stuff is like. All right. This was intended to be a lot quicker than this because we have the whole cover to do. Let's not worry about that right now. So I'm just saying that, I mean, I didn't know what to do, so I used bead chain, right? And you can have one hanging down. I really want one hanging down. Hold on. I might be a little bit stubborn here. I am going to be very stubborn here. So let me put some glue down. Let me push this back through. Glue it down. Ah! It keeps wanting to fall out because of gravity, you guys. Gravity, gravity, gravity. There are stronger glues you could use. Okay, I think that's pretty good right now. So then I want to take this puppy. And just cut it off. Probably up here more. So we have this hanging. Okay, so then On our page that we just glued down, I have room to put this down inside of it. Actually, I think I want to do this pocket with it. And then it can hang over. And then I actually have these little cards. Hold on, let me grab them. Okay. So I have these little cards. I don't know if it'll fit in here. So we have this tag, right? And then I think behind this one, we just do a card. But we're not going to use the black. We're going to use the Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo. And then we are moving on because I have something else for us to do. Hi, Mel. All right, so I'm just going to distress the corners of this a bit. Just because it's so plain. But I like this in here. So I think this is going to be our page for here. All right, now we're going to move on to the binding. I already went through some of this with you, but we're going to do more. Okay, putting my bead chain back. So, you know, I think I'm pretty happy with, oh God, that picked up. I'll have to fix that. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we ended up with here. And again, this one's two-sided. It just depends which way you want to put it in. And then we have the front flap that has the Velcro on it, right? And this one's kind of plain, but it's just a belly band with the paper in it. But we have like we have a really solid piece, little piece of a signature here. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm picking this up again. So what I wanted to do tonight was talk to you guys more. We started this the other day, but I want to go into more detail. Um, I okay. I like to do my pages in half letter, which is 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And this is how they would fit inside of a cover. Now, what I mean, I made you guys a quick one the other day. It wasn't sized right or anything. I like kind of cut it in half and was trying to show you all this shit's falling or stuff. Sorry. All this stuff's falling down on me. I did not mean to say that, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Holy moly. Okay. So, but there's a certain theme I want to work with for this one, and that's my Alice theme. Okay. But before we do that, you can buy bookbinding tape. Well, let me back up a second. I cut these out at 6 by 9 because my pages are usually the half letter, which is 5.5 by 8.5. So I did 6 by 9 and then I did a 2 by 9. All right. So this is the simple, easy peasy part. Um, I cannot find my bookbinding tape, and I really don't believe it's even necessary if you have duct tape or masking tape or duct tape. Use whatever you want. So we're going to tape this down and we're going to leave a little bit of space in between here, okay? We don't want them butted up exactly against each other. And then we're going to poke holes in this. We're going to cover it. This is very heavy. Very, 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 very heavy. It's a board. It's not even cardstock. It's not considered. I'm going to go pull it up in a second. But when you do this, you have to have something that will cut through it. Okay, and that's something I'm fortunate to have, but it's you need a very like industrial size. Well, not industrial. I didn't want to put it that way, but you kind of need a heavy duty trimmer. Or a really straight hand if you cut it with scissors, which I would never attempt. Personally. Okay, so we have that. We're going to do one more, and then I want to cover this with you guys. I'm not worried about any of this. You don't need to worry if this gets messy, if it's not 100% even. You do not need to worry about that. Okay? You're making a journal cover that we're going to cover. You just want to make sure everybody's like kind of taped and glued down. And even if they're hanging over, you can do whatever you want with it, but the fabric's going to cover it up. So I'm going to pick this up even more so you can see even more of my mess I have here. Okay. So the spine, right? This is the spine. Now, I was talking to you guys a little while ago about the crocodile. And I'm lucky enough to have one. Here it is. When you, okay, I do things a little bit backwards. And I think I've mentioned this. I like to poke my holes in and I like to tie all my signatures, all my pages in, and then decorate my pages. I'm very backwards when it comes to that. A lot of people don't do that way, and you don't need to do it that way. There's so many ways you can do junk journals. So this one I'm going to do 3. I was going to do 2, but it's kind of wide. So what we're going to do, oh, John's home. Get ready for him to yell about the dogs tearing up the Kleenex. All right, what we're going to do, that is not where I want that puppy. We're going to mark this. Now, I'm going to put another piece of tape down here because I want everything. Oh my God. Guys, it was because I wasn't home today. I swear that's why. Just piecemeal it. It doesn't matter. We're not perfect here. We are not perfect. But we're going to get pretty darn close today. Okay, so then this is our side, right? Now, I want to we're going to do 3 signatures. You can use a ruler. You can measure this out. You can do whatever you want. Now, most people will put their holes. Hold on, I'm concentrating. Sorry. Most people will put their holes 1, 2, 3, top, middle, bottom. I like my tops to be closer together and my bottoms to be further away. I think it makes a little bit of a prettier binding. You'll see why. Probably not in this live, but you will see why. All right. So I'm going to take my big tool here. And if you don't, you can always use an awl. I don't know how to say it. An awl. And you can just poke through just like that and make your hole. You don't have to have this fancy thing that I have. Okay, but I happen to have it, so I'm going to use it. So, I'm just going to line these up. And we're going to cover this. I mean, I told you guys I used to do these all the time. So I had all this stuff. And we're going to actually be doing more of this. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. Okay. So then now I have these holes in here where I can sew my signatures into. I have a beautiful binding. Oh, sorry, Kathy. I'm not trying to be like that. I just had a day. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to think I'm bothered or anything. Okay. So, what I have, okay, so let's back up a second. Not back up, just a little reminder. So, I have this kit that I did that I actually sold. And this is Alice. My version of Alice. She has red hair. She's a little bit different. But this is my Alice. These are my hearts that go with her, my polka dots, all this stuff, the florals, the paper that we painted together, and the tissue paper. So those are kind of the prints that I have for her. Where did she go? Oh, here she is. Okay. And then I did I'm sorry, my camera's so up high tonight. The little polymer clay things to go with her as well. So she's going back in the pack, but I wanted to show you that because I'm making a cover to go with her. And that covers under everything I have over here. I can't. You guys, I can't. It's right here. Okay. Come on, baby. All right. I told you I'm almost going to block you out pretty soon. All right. So this is this print not gorgeous? This is fabric. It's like I don't know what kind of fabric this is. It might be cotton, but it's on the more durable side. So I love how this goes with this theme. Okay. So what I want to do is cover the cover. And I want to show you how to do that. I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's just if you haven't done this before, now you know. You can go on and get fat quarters. Joanne used to sell them like crazy. I used to go nuts in there. Walmart has fat quarters, even online. Amazon has fat quarters. That's all you need. Sometimes I buy from the yard. I have this one I just got from Walmart. Isn't that gorgeous? I have 1 yard of all of this fabric to do another one with. And they're very, very, very reasonably priced. All right, so what I want to do is get out my scissors. That away. And I want to, we're going to be covering the insides of this. So right now I'm just trying to get around the corners. And you just do as best you can. Give yourself some room. Okay, then you have a scrap. This one's pretty good. This is just how I do it. I don't know how anybody else does it. I'm just telling you how I do it. Okay? So then we're going to square this up as best we can. And then we're going to come in on the corners. And we're going to trim the excess away. We're going to come over here. We're going to, well, here, let's do, I don't have enough room, you guys. I suck. Okay. You're supposed to do diagonal. That one was really square. It'll still work. All right, let's turn this around. Get back to my corners here. You really can't mess this up. Which is why you're seeing me do it. Oh, that one I might have messed up, but that's okay. All right, so here we go. We're going to put down our fabric tack or fabric fix, whatever you have. And then I'm not worrying about the frays that are on here. I'm really not. Oh God, I moved this puppy way down. Okay. I'm tightening. As I do it, I'm pulling it. I'm totally pulling it. Thank you, Laura. I feel like I haven't either because I haven't done it in so long. I am going to cut off this excess here. Because my gut's telling me to do that. So, bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby. But this stuff is like rubber cement. You guys, did I say this earlier? I went to go log into my bank account today and I had this Fabrifuge all over my finger. And I'm like, I have a Touch ID. And I'm like, why can't I log in? That's Lauren calling me. Obviously, she doesn't know I'm live. Hold on. Hi. I'm live. Everybody can hear you, so I'm gonna have to call you back. Did you just want to say hi to everyone? Okay, I sent you a picture and I'm gonna call you in like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Okay, sounds good. Love you, bye. Love you, bye. She's probably mortified I just did that to her. All right. I love her so much. All right. So it's my daughter-in-law, if anybody's new. She's the one that helps out with my auctions with my son. Okay. So guys, look at this. That is how easy it is to wrap your book. And then what I'm thinking is, okay, not only just to cut this bad boy off. And if you have if you have a little bully like I did, just put fabric fuse down and glue it here. I'm gonna, I just have even leftovers here. I'm just gonna pull it up and wrap it over. Okay, it's that easy. I need more under here. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you can get through. Like these are going to be easy. You need to poke through. Maybe I should have done this after. I don't remember how I used to do this. Well, we're not going to worry about that because I don't know. Oh, I didn't need one there. Need one right here. See, isn't that funny? Oh, no, I did need one there. Here's the third one. Okay, so you want to go around and you want to poke holes so that when you go to bind it together, you're able to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to cheat. I'm pulling it up. This is just my clay needle tool. You can use your owl, you can use whatever, but now you have holes everywhere. And then we're going to go through the bottom. It's just the general vicinity of finding where they are. Okay. So now you have your cover. Fabric will be fabric. You finish it however you want. But this would be the outside that you do. And then we live and we learn. Something's not binding down, you just take some glue and say, hey, behave. That's all you got to do. And it will. It totally will. So isn't that cool? That's how easy it is to do the outside of a journal. And then we have to come in and decorate the inside, which we're not going to do today. But I do want this stuff to lay down a little bit more than it is. And that's the nice part. Once you lay it down, you can go in and just be like, hi, buddy, you need a little bit of help. I'm going to help you out here. But what we'll do is we'll cover this whole inside with something. But I'm not sure what that's going to be today. I really don't. I mean, we could put this on center. And again, when you do it, you have to poke the holes through again. But it's easier to do it layer by layer. You don't want to go through all 3 layers at once. You'll never find them. You'll make a big fat mess. Trust me. I learned from experience. Oh no, you can. You can use the fabric. I actually prefer, I'm going to just throw something out here. This is not what I'm going to use on this because this is for a totally different project. So I'm dropping everything. You can put down a print that goes with your theme on top of it. This does not go with this. I'm just, as an example, you have the outside as your fabric and then on the inside. Or you can come back in with your fabric. I don't know where the rest of the fabric is, but you can come in with your fabric and you can finish it that way. You can do the whole thing with your fabric. This is what I love about junk journaling, you guys. Here, I'm going to switch something. What I love about junk journaling is it is so versatile. You can do whatever you want. You can make it work however you need, however it works for you. I'm just trying to show the basics, I guess, tonight of how you would do a cover. And then I'm going to show you how to sew your signatures in. So your signatures, I don't want to, I'm really trying to be careful with not wasting stuff right now. Oh, here, let's do this one. Okay, this does not go with this theme, obviously. Here, let me switch back. Okay, so when you have a signature and you've got, multiple pages of your signatures, right, going on, you punch holes in the center of these and they match up with what you have here. And we're going to get to that. I'm going to continue this, but I'm trying to keep it simple for right now. This is just how I did the outside. But then you sew all of them in. You have this, you have another page, another page, another page. We poke the holes through the centers and then we sew them all together. And I'll show you how to do that. It's not hard at all. It's very, very simple. And then when I say signatures, I'm meaning you can only have so much thickness, right? So this one's going to have 3. So this could be 1. This could be another one. This could be a third one, but they would have multiple pages, not just these pages on them. But we're going to go through all of that. Oh, God, everything's falling everywhere. Yeah, we're going to go through all of that. So, yeah, but now I have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful binding that I'm really happy with. It's just finishing the inside. And maybe the inside will be done with the eye of the beholder. I have to put some more glue down. So I don't know. I hope I didn't bore you guys tonight. I wanted to just show you um how you do a book like this. Or I mean a cover for your journal. Um so I won't be on tomorrow again, but I'll be back on Friday and then I think well, and I'm going to send this with my kit too because wouldn't this just be something fun to like put on one of your pages and hang out the top? You know, I don't know. I have so many ideas going around in my head. I'm sorry, you guys. I was running around all day. Um, and then I stopped to see my son's thing at the cemetery, and then I was like, oh, blah 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 blah. But I wanted to make sure I came on so I could keep things going with you guys. looking for my lid I can't find, but I'll find it when we get off. So, yeah, I think that's going to be about it for today. Well, but we will be doing the inside. It might not be this one. I'm probably going to do a separate one. This one's going to go with my Alice kit. Yeah. I have to. And then they can see, hey, Kathy, here's an idea. If you don't want to use fabric on the inside, look what you can do. Hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to be so back and forth. Look what you can do if you don't want to do fabric on the inside. Hold on. Everybody's falling everywhere. And let me put this back up. See what I mean? You don't have to do fabric. This is the print that we made to go with my Alice inspired. That can totally be the whole inside cover. And then I have another one that can be the whole inside cover on the other one. And you can even do, I'm not going to cut it up because this isn't mine. I've actually already sold it. But you can cut fancy corners in it before you lay it down. And then it just covers up all that mess. And then you could put, let's see here. My husband's home. He's going to freak out when he sees all the Kleenex all over the floor upstairs. You could put this down in the center and cut it down. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it is. Maybe not this, but maybe something else from the kit. I'm not sure. But yeah, you don't always have to have fabric. But I just love these papers so much. I think this was fun too. Thank you for saying that. So with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. And then I'll be on. I gotta go because John's home and as you can hear, it's kind of he's not used to dealing with them like I am. So I will see you guys on what's today, Wednesday? Maybe I'll be on tomorrow. I'm not sure, but definitely Friday. Okay. I'll let you know in the morning. Love you guys. Bye.